Hey guys, welcome back to another monsters video. So today we have the monster Bruno that I'm going to be doing a full review on from level 1 to 150, showing you guys the best skills, the best rune setup, and everything you need to know about this monster. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. Anyways, it's going to get started. This monster is part of the new pass, guys. Legends Pass. If you guys want to go ahead and obtain it, just go ahead and scan the QR code that's on the screen if you're playing on your computer, or hit the top link down below. Go into the game and grab this monster right now for a limited time, guys. But today, huge thanks to Social Point. They basically went ahead and provided everything that I need to go ahead and not only hatch the monster, but also max it out for you guys to 150, and they also give me the resources to do that. So huge thanks to Social Point, guys, again for basically sponsoring this video. But I am super excited to review this monster for you guys. So we have Resurrection Block. Let's go. Okay, it's been a minute since we actually got like a Resurrection Block monster. I think the last one I remember was that one ancestral monster, Akira, right? I don't think they released anybody else after Akira, right? You guys let me know in the comments if you think they did. But honestly, that's the last monster I actually remember. And you guys know block resurrection monsters in general are just like really good. Like block resurrection trade just makes a monster automatically good and usable, especially for like team wars, even PvP, but especially team wars, I would say, for like those like specific restrictions and element restrictions and things like that. But take a look at that. He turns into that as his like final form. Now I am seeing one of his skills. Apparently when he is dealing the damage, he also gains double, or like it doubles its maximum life. So he kind of like is tanky in a way. But then again, that's just one skill. We don't know if that's going to be all of them. But anyways, stat wise, we get 66,144, 1.975 million life. Wow, 33,136 speed. Let's take a look, see what we have here. Heavy earth damage to all enemies, applies bleed in sandstorm to all enemies, 25% chance of instantly defeating an enemy, 5% chance if it's a boss. Oh, there we go. We have one of these monsters. Yo, it's been a minute since I seen a skill like that. Marrow Depth loses all its negative status effect, doubles its maximum life, gains photophobic shield. So photophobic shield, if I'm not mistaken, it actually just protects you against, or no, it can only be damaged by the skill of light element. That's even better. So yeah, that's really cool. We also have Sirloin Sin, or Sirloin? How do you pronounce that? Sirloin, right? Very heavy earth damage to one enemy, steals life, and applies trample. If you guys don't remember, it's trample. It basically just kind of like disables the little traits, you know, like hardened, tough, and bulwark. So I guess we could give that because it is a single target. We could use a single target. Now this is actually kind of cool. Skirt cut. This is actually huge. Oh my gosh, yo, this monster instantly becomes usable. Wow, dude, holy crap. For team wars, can you imagine? Oh my gosh, I'm like already thinking about this. This is gonna be one of the like most meta monsters for team wars, because keep in mind, like, this is crazy. Look, all you have to do is give this monster full speed. Imagine, right? Full speed for team wars and whatever restriction that it's being used in, as long as there's not evasion. Which again, most of the time with the evasion status casters or just skill wise, the monster needs to get a turn in to apply it. So if you can beat the speed with this monster and he takes in the first turn, and if the AI ends up using the skirt cut, 50% chance of it instantly defeating the monster, that's going to make it really scary for the enemy team, because 50% chance, right, of you hitting them, and let's say you eliminate them, they can't come back even if they have an SN because of the resurrection block. So they automatically lose a coin, and it makes it even worse if that one monster that was lost was like the key monster in the battle that was supposed to do most of the stuff. You know what I mean? So this monster is going to be pretty scary for team wars. I would recommend investing in it. I think you guys can agree with it on that too. You guys let me know in the comments if you have any other other thoughts about this, but I think that skill is a must-have for sure. Low metal damage to all enemies, applies bleeding in sandstorm. There's a heavy earth damage to an enemy, doubles its maximum life. Okay. Honestly, I think I'm happy with these 4 skills. Although maybe if you want to, you can change this one up with something else. But it does say loses all negative status effects, which is kind of cool. So it kind of helps him out in a way. So if there's any negative status effects, you kind of just get rid of that, which is cool, kind of cool. So think of it as like a self-reset in a way. We have Prime Cut, which is insane earth damage to all enemies, 100% chance of killing all enemies. Yo, what's up with this monster just instantly defeating monsters? Like, that is kind of cool. let's take a look at the relics. So we have sword and mask. Okay, I was actually definitely expecting a sword. For the sword, I would recommend giving like a Star Sailor sword so you can regenerate your stamina and also deal some damage there. But in terms of mask, you can't really go wrong with most of the masks if you're going to go with Star Sailor sword there. You could do like a Tutumen's mask, Fury Dojo mask. There's also Torwalk's mask, which comes with like a curse. So whichever one you want to do, I'm just going to do Fury Dojo. So just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we basically have everything that we need. Now in terms of stamina cost, take a look at the stamina cost. So it's actually not too bad, I would say. These two are the only skills that are a little bit higher, but the cooldowns aren't too bad either. Again, I like the resurrection block with this skill so much. Now again, the way I would rune this monster would be either speed runes or team speed. So you can literally just run full speed if you want. You could also do strength runes actually. I forgot about strength. Yeah. So since this monster is somewhat of an attacker as well, if you think about it, like those skills are kind of heavy. You know what I mean? Especially if you switch out this with like another skill that deals a pretty good amount of damage like this one. You could definitely do that. So I would do either a speed rune, team speed, or sorry, yeah, I guess team speed, you could probably throw that in there, but strength, yeah, speed, strength, definitely mess with that. But me personally, I'm gonna do a full speed rune here, and we're gonna mess with that. Now I tried finding like a base, I guess, or something to scout on an adventure map with like a monster that can basically provide back, but I couldn't actually find one. I've been looking for minutes. If you guys find anyone, let me know. But anyways, we do have Bruno here, and you can switch out a Dale if you want with someone else. But essentially, if this was like Team Wars, for defense, I would recommend just doing a full 6 team speed and then a triple speed on Bruno. So Bruno is like super fast, and basically again, the whole idea is for him to be able to use that one skill that has a high chance of eliminating the monster instantly, and they can't come back because of the resurrection block. So they would have to essentially then eliminate Bruno, which is going to be difficult to do because especially if you have a Megaton on the side, they got to basically eliminate the monster or you know, kind of trade disable it, and then that monster on the side of yours, like one of the monsters, need to have like a skill to bring back the monster, like a revival. So that would be the only way that I see it. But let's go ahead and actually fight here. So I'm gonna stop it from 8x speed because that's super fast. But yeah, if you want to pair it up with Florian can open up the path a little bit more for you. Look at the speed, so close to each other. But here we could do this one. There's a 25% chance of instantly defeating an enemy. So there's a, yeah, I mean, that actually applies. It says an enemy, so it could be somebody random. That's quite interesting. So what if I use this against that monster and see if it eliminates that one? No? Okay. Oh, wait, did it just eliminate this monster technically? You guys saw the extra 174k that it kicked in. So that was, I think, that 25% chance of it landing, which was kind of cool to see. But look at this. This is not dealing any damage, but there's a high chance you eliminate the monster. And boom, look at that. 50% it landed on the first go. That's cool. But let's see. What was the cooldown on that skill? It was 2 turns or maybe 3, I think. I think it's 2. Which is not bad, honestly. So trample, again, you see, let me see who has it. You have it. But I can't really bypass that taunt, so I can't really use it on him. But it would essentially just trade disable that thing right there, the bulwark. But I'm going to do my double life with the photo shield in case if they end up attacking me. And then we could do an AoE skill, but I want to use that other skill again. Let's go ahead and use skirt cut again. Let's see. Will it land? Oh, it did. I'm telling you guys, that thing is OP. Seriously, that thing is pretty nice. But let's see. So Shilong gets a turn in, attacks, removes some stamina, whatever. See, everything's going towards the Megaton. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade disable that trample, get rid of the trample real quick. And can we make it a 3 for 3? Let's see. 50% chance of instantly defeating an enemy. And no, we couldn't. That sucks. But it's okay. Like I said, sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't. So, you know, you just got to keep on trying. But I'm going to eliminate that monster right there. It looks like he had one of the trample or like umbrella trait that we just trade disabled. But I'm gonna give it another try. Ready? 50% chance. Oh, I missed. Oh, wow, that's crazy. It's missing against Nevitos only. You know what they say, right? 5th time's a charm. So let's see. Oh, what? Okay, maybe it's not gonna land all the time, guys. Again, 50% chance. So I guess I'm just getting really unlucky right now. But that is crazy to see though. It did land the first 2 times, and it was in a row too, which was kind of cool. So yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know what you think of that. I think it's pretty OP for Team Wars defense. All right, for Team Wars defense, this monster is insane. I would highly recommend definitely investing in it. I think this monster is going to be a good one. for those guys that are playing the game competitively for Team Wars. Highly recommend picking the sponsor up. But let me know your thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear it. But again, huge thanks to Social Point. Huge thanks to them. They are amazing for basically providing all the resources and everything. I really appreciate it. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let's see you next one. Peace out.